Monday, March 25th, a day that is near and dear to me. Thank you very much, everyone, for the birthday wishes. An awful lot have already come in. It's also the day I put up the whiteboard video, the first video I posted on YouTube. So it's kind of the birthday for the channel as well. Oh, let me turn that down like a pro that I am. Yeah, it's the channel's birthday. It's my birthday. And I absolutely kind of coordinated that because I'm terrible remembering dates. I always feel bad on my birthday because so many people wish me birthday and I just don't remember anybody's birthday. Outside of my wife, my mother, my sister, and my children, I got no idea what your birthday is, anyone out there. So I'm sorry. It's not that I don't care. I do. I just can't remember numbers unless they're attached to batting averages. And I probably kind of doomed this show by just putting baseball in the thumbnail because everyone always wants to talk football. But Larry and I did an awful lot of talking football already today. As a matter of fact, I hope you stopped by for a little 49ers coverage during Wake Up. We get going at 8:30 a.m. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So that has already happened. The sip of the day has already happened. But there's another good one right there. Thank you very much, though, for seriously becoming a member of the family this year. I've got friends in this chat who I did not know before this channel started, who I know well now. A few were around before the channel even started, and I've met and known for a few years before, but this has really been a very interesting first year on YouTube, and I thank you all so very much for making it, I think, a pretty good first year on YouTube. We're just getting going. Just getting going. So please hit like, please hit subscribe, and I thank you again for all the support and the encouragement that so many people have given. It means an awful lot. Want to thank my man Ike right away, because I'll tell you, this guy has a delicious sandwich ready for you right now with your name on it. Actually, it's got my name on it if you order a Damon Bruce. But Ike has been an incredible supporter of this channel, not just through a sponsorship, but through all the encouragement that he's given and, you know, really, really supportive friend. And when you're thrust into a very new place, you need as many supportive friends as you can have behind you. And I've had an incredible group of support behind me, and I thank Ike so very, very much. He's usually hanging out in the chat. I don't know if he's busy or not today. Maybe he is off celebrating my birthday somehow, some other way. So thank him very, very much for all that he's done. And you can help this channel grow by supporting the sponsors that support the channel, by possibly even becoming a member. I mean, we got fancy new badges for people now, so that's pretty exciting. And as always, hitting like and subscribe is a wonderful thing to do. It is my birthday. I expect millions of dollars to come in during Super Chat. So have at it. Thank you very, very much. No, I really mean it. Thank you so very much. It is a risk-free investment, as Reese Davis would say, investing in the Plus. Risk-free. It's going to be a winner for everybody. So let's see, some headlines. I think the bit of breaking news that I have seen since I have hopped off Wake Up with Larry and into this show was that we now have a little clarification on what is going to be happening today with Shohei Otani. He will be meeting with the media, but he's not taking any questions. He's going to read a statement. Not taking any questions at this time, I guess, can be couched under, well, there's an investigation going on. But there's an investigation going on that can reach one of three conclusions. One, you were robbed. I don't think that that's real. Number two, you're gambling. Number three, you bankrolled gambling. And, you know, the degree to which punishment could follow either one of those scenarios is to be debated. And some are saying that there's already some rules on the books. There's some precedents, and it's up to the commissioner's discretion. Well, they finally this week decided that they were going to actually do an investigation. Welcome to the party, Major League Baseball. How were you not the first to say, hey, we got some things that we need to figure out? And I'm going to tell you, it will not be figured out by Thursday, which means Shohei Otani should not be in what is the Continental opening day lineup? for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers are going to be playing the Cardinals, and Shohei Otani should not be playing any baseball until there is a conclusion in this investigation. And we can't take, I'm sure, a well-written and well-delivered letter or look, I love Shohei Otani. I'm rooting for him. I don't want him to be involved in this, but he's involved in it. And I didn't get him involved in it. He did. So if baseball is to maintain any visible credibility, I don't know how baseball can have him in that lineup. So that's some real candy-ass commissionership, if you don't mind me saying, from Rob Manfred. So, I like this new nickname. Stevie P. Shoeless Shohei. I think you're going for a Shohei there. But yeah, Shoeless Show. Dude. I just think, he'll Sporticus has got it right. Let me read what my legal team wrote. Yeah. Look at it this way. When it was up to Team Otani to control this, without all the lawyers being involved, they sent his interpreter to sit down and do an interview that everyone wanted to pretend immediately never happened, didn't go on the record. The whole thing is a galactic mess for Major League Baseball. And I don't trust Major League Baseball to get it right. I don't trust Major League Baseball to self-investigate. And even if they found him like dead to rights, I don't think they got the balls to give him any serious discipline. He's that much of a cash cow. He is that much like Shohei Otani is more important to baseball than the Washington Nationals, than the Arizona Diamondbacks. Sorry, he is. He's more important to baseball than other franchises. And I think baseball would go out of its way to protect him rather than discipline him. I don't trust the powers that be with this, which is why he needs to be suspended and an independent investigation has to be invited. We'll see if that actually happens. And if it doesn't, you realize that you're looking at a dog and pony show. So, ugly. I mean, there's just no other way to say it. There's an ugly looking opening day based on this story alone. And it's a huge gray cloud that is hanging over all of baseball, not just the Dodgers, all of baseball. This story needs to be resolved. It will not be resolved on Thursday, and Shohei Otani should not be playing baseball until it is resolved. I don't think that is unreasonable or unfair or mean. It's got nothing to do with him being a Los Angeles Dodger. I don't care who he played for. I don't care. I don't care. Giants are going to be opening in San Diego on Thursday. Didn't take Bob Melvin very long to find his way back to Petco Park. The Giants are opening in San Diego. The Guardians will open in Oakland with the A's for what is about to be their final opening day in Oakland. We'll probably get like 4 more of those. So let's not get dramatic about it. I hope that our friends at the Last Dive Bar in the Oakland 68s and their protest goes swimmingly. I won't be able to make it there. I got kids coming home on Thursday, so I can't make it out. If it were a day game, I would have, but I'm sorry, you're playing at night and I got to be with the kids. But man, I feel so bad for A's fans. I mean, a little bit of today's show is going to be doing a little bit of a preview. And what are you going to preview? What are you going to preview for the Oakland A's? I saw an ESPN power ranking that has them straight up at 30, even though they have the Colorado Rockies with a worse record. They are still ranking the A's, the least powerful team in their power ranking, coming in at number 30. And there's a reason to that. And the reason is that there's not going to be a lot of there. And any young prospects that turn into actual major leaguers that you would be happy to be rooting for won't be around for you to even be rooting for them. And whatever kind of year you're going to get, by the way, you were like screwed when you got Alex Wood is your opening day starter. Oh, but, Ross Stripling, Alex Wood, J.D. Davis are all in Oakland, and if any of them has a good first half, they will be traded again for prospects that are never going to get delivered to you. You know, how excited are you going to get about Shea Langelier's development and Zach Geloff's development and Mason Miller? Because any future that could work out well is going to be shipped out of town. And the A's are just a galactic embarrassment and just awful in every conceivable way. And they have so broken faith and trust, not just with the city of Oakland, but their fans and any baseball reality that anybody should be living in. Any other human being in the world other than John Fisher owns this team, they would be in better shape. There's no doubt. The Giants, according to ESPN, are power ranked at 16, which honestly, based on the Blake Snell addition, feels about right. The Giants now have all the earmarks of a middle-of-the-road baseball team. And we'll see if everybody plays fantastic baseball, if they can, get from the middle of the road to, a little bit more of a thinking about being a contender. They're going to need an awful lot of starting pitching to be a contender, and an awful lot of starting pitching was their biggest missing ingredient last year. They received 729 in the third innings from their starting rotation. That was dead last in the majors, and you can say they didn't have the horses. You can say that, you had Farhan being too cute with all this opener bullshit that they were doing. Whatever it was, they only had two pitchers going more than 150 innings, Logan Webb and Alex Cobb. So adding Blake Snell, who is, interesting. He's one of the weirder careers you've ever seen. Blake Snell has either been unhittable Cy Young level pitcher or kind of just a guy. If a Cy Young candidate shows up and Logan Webb continues the track that we all think he is on, that is a massive, formidable 1-2 punch coming out of a rotation. So those guys got some innings to eat, and if they do, everything should fall in line. And look, you get Kyle Harrison continuing to develop. He was, if we're completely honest, other than the miles per hour on the radar gun, I didn't think he was impressive in his major league debut last year. He was okay, but there's a lot of work there to be done. It could be an interesting year for the Giants. Could be. It's up to them to go out and actually play some good baseball. But they have a little bit of a better baseball team than they had last year. And even with an off season of a lot of hand-wringing, Farhan actually had a pretty decent off season. Farhan's problem isn't getting the free agent to take the money to come to San Francisco, because he's gotten a free agents to take the money to come to San Francisco. The ultimate prize free agent, that hasn't happened. But what I see, as far as Farhan's incomplete, is that he doesn't have any minor league talent coming through, and the minor league talent that is here is questionable. It's questionable. So his farm system could lead to his undoing more than anything else, because the Giants have not produced in a farm system that he has had enough time to preside over that should be doing something by now. So it is, let's all watch together and see what happens. Look, I can bag on baseball. I can rip baseball as much as I want. I do like baseball. I love the sport. I love having a baseball game on. It's like it's sports without the stress, right? It's just a nice thing to have on. These NCAA tournament games, I don't know how great that first round was, but all those games are a little bit of a stress test. Like, even though you're not involved, you know that everyone is, got practice on Monday or never seeing each other again, riding on every game they play. And that is sports with consequences. The nice thing about baseball is it gives you a lot of wiggle room in terms of consequences. And I love baseball. And I feel like if you're going to bash something, you better have loved it first. I mean, I'm here to tell you with absolutely no confusion that this is the least baseball has ever mattered in the Bay Area. Like right now, on March 25th, the same week that we're going to get opening day, it feels like baseball is arriving with not a thud, but a serious, okay, what, ho-hum. Like, it just, people don't care like they used to about this sport. People have been turned off from both of these teams based on a few decisions that really don't have to do with the baseball team. From John Fisher and all his moving buffoonery to Rennell not being, behind the mic anymore. And a lot of people are saying, oh, I don't care. Well, then you don't appreciate art. You don't appreciate, artistry. You don't appreciate the setting of baseball. Like, there's a reason why poets and artists love Major League Baseball historically. And it's because of just things that are the voice that's been coming out of the PA for 24 years that made you were in that ballpark. The voice of Major League Baseball in San Francisco was a black woman. Now it's going to be TBD. No idea. The fact that they don't have even like PA people in place that they're ready to announce are going to be rotating PA people is just, it shows you how ham-handed this whole thing really was. Let's see. We got a little NFL news. And I do know that we need some NFL news because I probably turned off a lot of people by doing the first, 15 minutes of the show on baseball. Hopefully you've stuck around. It is a risk-free investment here on the Damon Bruce Show. Jed York is about to officially be flipped the keys to the 49ers as he becomes the principal owner, being elevated from CEO. Sports Business Journal says that he's buying out his mom, Denise. Really? Like, he's cutting her a check for $1 billion, couple dollars? Like, I don't know if that's happening. As much as he is being handed the keys to the kingdom. Jed York is, only 43 years old? So he's going to be around for a very, very long time. Like, the Jed York era, it feels like it's already been around for a long time because he has been the spokesperson, whether he's been the actual, driver of the car, owner of the car. It's been him. And honestly, he's, he's not offensive. He's not. Like, Jed York's only real crime is since he's taken over, the team has lost 3 Super Bowls. And I didn't see him make a mistake in any of those games, but people want to hold that against him. Say he might not set that standard for excellence that Eddie DeBartolo used to set. I mean, these are different universes that these guys operated in. So always comparing anything Jed does directly to Eddie is like comparing anything any Chicago Bull does directly against Michael Jordan. Like, how do you compete with that? Imagine if all you heard about any woman in the world is she's not as beautiful as Christy Brinkley. That's a tough measuring stick, right? That's tough. Like, Christy Brinkley is leading the maybe single most attractive life ever lived. From baby photo to however old she is now, Christy Brinkley is gorgeous. She remains gorgeous. It's an unfair comparison point. I understand it's easy to draw a line between 49ers past and 49ers present, but the league is so different. The sport is so different. It's hard. It's hard to compare the eras. The truth is Jed York and Kyle Shanahan together have been very, very successful. They might not have won a Super Bowl, but they've been incredibly successful. Andy Reid was talking with, Nick Wagner at the owners meeting in Orlando. And I guess Kyle's going to be talking to the media on Tuesday. Andy Reid said, and I quote about Kyle, "Just keep doing what you're doing and somewhere you'll pop over the hill," when asked about if Kyle can get over the hump and win a Super Bowl. I know he's got a great young quarterback, and him with a great young quarterback is deadly. I agree. I think the Niners are going to be really good again. Sorry, I can't guarantee you a Super Bowl win because that's not how sports works, but I think they're going to be really good again. And they are in the right hands. I think they got the right quarterback. I think they got the right head coach, and they got an owner who has kind of learned on the job to stay out of the way and cut the checks, and Jed is doing that. So I think that the 49ers present is very bright. I do. Be interesting to see what Kyle has to talk about. The price of L'Jarius Sneed getting flipped to the Tennessee Titans means maybe a price that the 49ers would think about paying for Patrick Surtain out of Denver would be less than what Larry and I were imagining just last week. 49ers are also looking for the right complementary tight end, backing up George Kittle. At 49ers Sports Talk says that they plan on bringing in veteran tight ends on visits. Robert Tonyan Jr. and Blake Bell could be on the list. They're also not ruling out bringing back Ross Dwelly. I would tell you right now that Robert Tonyan Jr. would be a hell of another tight end to have with Kittle. And I don't know about him in terms of just being a run blocker, but Tonyan can catch touchdowns. He is a good tight end. So that would make that tight end room, I think, pretty interesting to say the least. I would like that move if they went ahead and made that move. The move of dragging a guy down with a hip tackle where you just pull him down with the weight of your body is now illegal. Unanimously, owners have said no more of that. It's going to lead to a lot of flags and a lot of confusion and a lot of pissed off fans because, how is a cornerback who is giving 70 pounds to Derrick Henry supposed to tackle him just with a straight up perfect form tackle where you wrap, lift legs, and drive? Derrick Henry's going to truck dudes if they can't pull him down. So I understand the intent of the rule is to make the sport safer. And I'm all for, rules that could make the sport safer. I don't know if this necessarily will do that. I do know that making the sport safer would include any element of universal health care for someone who played a down of real football in the NFL or made a practice squad. That would be the right thing to do. So this feels maybe performative. I don't know. There's a way that you could absolutely do a better job taking care of your players, and it's not restricting the level of contact on kickoffs that'll do it, or banning hip tackles that'll do it. It's universal health care. It's if you played in this league, you and your family are taken care of going forward. It would cost the NFL hundreds of millions of dollars, or if we were trying to, comparing what that would cost us, that's about a nickel. $100 million to the NFL is a nickel to you and me. I'm not over-exaggerating. I'm not. Remember, this league is worth $25 billion. So a couple $100 million out of couple 25, even if it was $1 billion, it's still nothing when you got 25 billion. The league really wants to go ahead and get itself some good publicity about player safety. There's a way to do it, and that's to really do it. Everything else is a half measure. And I don't think that we need more rules in the NFL. There are enough of them. God, there's so many rules. You need a overhead projector to get any understanding of what this rule is. I mean, it's too much. It's too convoluted. It's too complicated. There's got to be an easier, better way to do it. So I already talked about Dion saying he's not going to let his kid go to a bad team or a cold weather team. You're playing at Colorado, dude. What do you, again, he wants his kid to go to a place that is a certain fit. And he did say, as examples of good fits would be San Francisco, Dallas, Washington, and Baltimore. Does anyone want to tell Dion how cold it gets in Washington and in Baltimore? You can't say no cold weather cities and then have two cold weather cities in your four places that you'd think would be good spots. So I don't know about that. Before we hop into Club Plus here a little bit, I talked about how I don't like the blinking lights at Oracle Park if they're going to be doing that to celebrate home runs and shit this year. And someone on Wake Up was like, don't you have blinking lights at the end of your show? Yeah, but I'm the first to do that. You don't see any other channel doing that. Why would another channel do that? Why are we doing that? It's a very good question. But it's something that I came up with, not something I'm borrowing from someone else. I know it's not for me. It's for kids. Kids don't even watch baseball. And I don't think if somebody hits a home run, there might be blinking lights is going to interest a generation of new baseball fans. Golden State Warriors continue to be a mess, and they're running out of regular season, and they're running out of distance between them and the Houston Rockets, who could actually overtake them to be the Western Conference's 10th seed. The Golden State Warriors have dropped 6 of 9, including Sunday in Minnesota. And, Steve Kerr, who is, I think, going to forever be haunted by the whole "we're not chasing wins" comment from a couple years ago, basically said we're not chasing wins now, even though you need to be chasing wins. You got to have Steph Curry play a little bit more than you want because you got to win some games here, Steve. I don't know what to tell you, dude. You've dicked around so much with a team this year that you still don't know what you got. You got 12 games left. And the team's playing without a sense of urgency, without a sense of connectivity. And I've also seen the stat, since January 30th, the Warriors have the 3rd most wins. They're 1st in rebounding. They're 1st in assists. Well, you got a losing record at home and you're a 10th seed going backwards. So, you can put a whole bunch of impressive numbers in front of me. The matter of fact is the Warriors haven't even suggested being an impressive basketball team. Not once, all year. So, I like Steve Kerr an awful lot, but that dude is twiddling his thumbs in 4-point losses where Steph is only playing 30 minutes. Get him out there for 35, 36, 38 minutes. You got to win some fucking games now. So he got a little snappy at the media. A little snappy at the media in that post-game press conference. I'm here to tell you that a few more minutes for Steph Curry can absolutely be the difference in a 4-point loss. So there you go. I told you the show would be streamlined, and on a day where, it's funny, I was feeling a lot better for a while there. I felt a little oogie when I woke up. There was some whiskey involved in last night's observed birthday. I'm feeling oogie again. I'm feeling, I'm going to take it easy today. I'm going to take it real easy today. I hope if you're going to take it easy, take it twice. You ready to do a little Club Plus? Well, let me stop the train then for anyone listening on the podcast. Thank you so very, very much for being a part of this show, being a listener, supporting what we're doing over here. It means an awful lot. It was a pretty good year one for the Plus, and I thank you for being a part of it. Please do remember that sports don't build character. They reveal it. And like that, he's gone. Where's my plug? Here it is. Okay. Boom. See, this is an original. No one else is doing this. Why would anybody else do this? There you go. Did someone just hit a home run? There's disco lights. Ocean View Coffee Shop says there's no way they bench Otani with Dodgers tickets at $1,000 a pop. Hey man, sorry. I don't care what anyone spent on their opening day. What I care is that you got a guy who's in a gambling scandal and no one is ever guaranteed to play. There's a lot of people who pay for courtside tickets when the Warriors come to town. That is no guarantee that Steph is going to be playing. It's just the way it goes. So I don't think we can have fan prices factor into anything. Otis trying to be positive about the A's. I got some young guys, though. Geloff, Rooker, Noda, Estuary, Ruiz, Langoliers. They do. But here's the thing. Whatever their futures are, they're not going to be yours. How do you root for a team that is only selling a future that never arrives? Which has been a problem with the A's for 20 years now. Again, thanks so much for the birthday wishes. There's an awful lot of them. Thank you. Don Mikio says, Ipe has taken the fall, and if Shohei decides to say much of nothing today, then it's clear his so-called private, boring life is filled with deep gambling ties. My question is, what did he bet in Japan? What kind of money went across the counter in Japan? Is Shohei only gambling in America? Because that would be dumb. So what is happening in other places? Again, I didn't want to see Shohei Otani in this story. I didn't open his exposure in this story. He did. All right. RIP Cougar Rebel. I still don't understand how Major League Baseball allows Fisher to run the A's the way he does. I don't either. I don't either. It's gross. It's absolutely gross. That guy shouldn't be within a country mile of anything that matters to other people. Padres and Giants will be a fun series. Maybe. Maybe it's a 4-0 Padres shutout, and that wasn't fun. I don't know. Again, the whole point of Major League Baseball is it doesn't jam fun down your throat all the time. You got to look for the fun sometimes. That's probably why it doesn't connect with a younger generation, and now you need blinking lights for, TikTokers who aren't buying tickets in the first place. Like the people that you're looking to be enamored with your new celebration probably aren't in the park to begin with. To me, any blinking lights like that, it just ruins the TV product. And that's where most people are watching. Mark Graves, this is not inaccurate when he says Farhan signs players with no leverage. Where are the stars? So the stars aren't coming. And yeah, it feels like Farhan is only able to sign the remainders more than he gets pick of the litter. But he's got some decent remainders coming in. We'll see. Again, I'm glad he took the big chance on Snell, but what Snell are you getting? Sporticus makes a very good point. And you can go ahead and you look at his baseball card. Like, go to his baseball reference page. Blake Snell has either been unhittable or a guy in all of his years. And Snell putting back-to-back good years together would be a first. That is concerning. Look, there is a huge reason why Blake Snell didn't get the contract he wanted or the money that he was asking for around Major League Baseball. And then because the Giants, realized like, hey, we got to play one game of musical chairs with somebody, they threw some money at Snell. Let's see how it works out. Mario says, Damon never says good stuff about the Giants. Even when they won 107, he laughed saying how they only won the West by one game. Well, it is amazing that 107 got you clear of the Dodgers by a game. At no point in time in those 107 wins were you a better team than the Dodgers other than by one game. But look, I wasn't bashing the 107 win season, but we do know that it's an aberration. Like any critique I had of it has been proven right since. So don't jump on me for telling you things that you're pretending to be more impressive than they really are in real time when I'm saying, let's see if there's any there. Because they went from 107 wins and Gabe Kapler is the greatest thing in the world and we love Farhan and platoon everything to, 2 years later, firing Kapler. This platoon thing sucks. People aren't watching or caring like they used to. And 107 wins, very rarely throughout the history of Major League Baseball, has been a time where people have decided to get off the ship. But it kind of was. It was weird. That was a weird year. Mike Baker saying, more D. Bruce on his birthday. Well, no one else is coming in here, so I hope I'm enough for you. I really am. I really do. Thank you. Red Jet throwing the love, as always. Listen to Damon on his birthday. Priceless. Well, thank you very, very much. Again, what is priceless is that you keep on coming back here. And it means an awful lot to me that you do, that so many people have, it's funny. I'll watch a person creep in, and then like become a regular. Like our man Joji, who's always saying konnichiwa. Eating quiche for breakfast, coconut milk for snacks. Yeah, Gabe Kapler was again, any man who spends that much time on his 5 o'clock shadow, by definition, is kind of a douchebag. A little bit of a preening schmo. What else we got? Donaldo Trumpez. Otani was gambling, but he threw his interpreter under the bus and probably paying $1 million for the sacrifice. All sports you can wager on is rigged. Okay. Maybe Otani was gambling. We don't know. It seems like he's absolutely letting that interpreter twist in the wind and being the fall guy. Dude, he already paid off a $4.5 million debt. Like, you're not getting an extra $1 million on top of that. And all sports you can wager on is rigged is straight up like tinfoil hat buffoonery. That's not true at all. That's the only way all these leagues could come crashing down. So I think they're smart enough to not do that. I would be stunned. Michael said, did Damon change cameras? No, same camera, just better lit. Better lit. That's what I think we got. Yeah, Damon, the overhead projector, so Al Davis. As soon as I said overhead projector out loud, I'm like, I wonder how many people even know what those are anymore. Let's see. Here's another example of NFL talking out of both sides of its mouth. You can't proclaim player safety as the number one priority and keep adding games. Here's the thing. I actually think if you add another game or two is okay, but having anything other than 6 days off in between games is something that the NFLPA should have never granted the NFL. They should have looked at Thursday night football and said, screw off, you get your Thanksgiving games. That's it. Thanksgiving is established, and it affects the Cowboys and the Lions more than anybody else, but they want that, so let them have that. There's no doubt that whatever deal the NFLPA walks away with, they get played for fools at every turn. At every turn. All right, what else? T from the 203 says, yo, D. Bruce threw up some stickers for you in Florida. There we go. Throwing up some in the arena tomorrow night. There you got Warriors coming to lose to the Heat tomorrow night. So, yeah, get a Damon Bruce sticker up in there. Thank you very much, T. '82 Atlantic says, Damon, you should use all the money you make off of Super Chats today to buy Purdue 2024 championship shirts when they win the NCAA tournament. Look, Purdue was good enough for me to, I won't be making any more Purdue jokes. but they're not going to go to the Final Four. I think they're going to get got. I do. I don't want to live in a world where Purdue's in a Final Four. I just don't want to be there. Don't want to live in that world. And Zach Edey might be productive, but God, I just hate watching him play. What else? Again, thank you very much. Cheers to a year. Nonstop till 49,000 followers. Look, my goal is to be around 25,000 followers by the time we get to next football season. And then I want to basically double the channel in football season. I want 50,000 followers by the time I'm done with next football season. I don't know if that's possible or not. Something just caught me corner of my eye. I didn't realize I had this little. See, this is what I used the other day for the backyard thing to hold the phone. As I did it, so I got a little tripod, and the thing just scared me out of the corner of my eye. Damon, no black and whiskey birthday swig. Enough of those were had last night. Thank you very much. Enough of those. Padraig, hello from Ireland. Thank you very much for being here again. It's incredible. No radio station I've ever worked for had a signal that reached Ireland. Mario says, only Damon cares about Shohei being suspended. Oh, well, that is a absolute. I don't think that's true. Here's the thing. I don't think he should. I know he should be. Anybody else in baseball is being sat down while this investigation happens. Why should he be treated differently? Again, I'm not going to let a dissolution of standards affect my standards. Just because other people don't care about it doesn't mean that they're right. Hey, it's the postman. Oy. Thank you very much. $20 into the JJ Raider Ganja jar. It goes. Thank you so much, postman. A guy who's been here since day one. Oh, speaking of the JJ Raider Ganja jar, JJ Raider. Thank you very much, JJ. I appreciate that super chat. I really do. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. And you're right. Damon don't replace the squeaky disco ball. It's like us older fans who are a little bit squeaky ourselves. Yeah. Is it that squeaky? Is it that squeaky? I tell you, it's a good microphone if it's picking up that much squeak. Maybe that'll be our next investment in channel. Let's see. Sporticus. Tres Leches pancakes at IHOP. Priceless. I brought Jack to his first International House of Pancakes on Saturday, and he's eating at the French Laundry as far as he's concerned. He loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I got the cinnamon stack, which he even liked more. So he's already telling me, Dad, the next time we go back, I'm going to get the cinnamon stack. So, teach the children. Anything else? Anything else? I think that's about it. And again, I keep on swallowing like I'm going to throw up. Ugh. I hope I don't. I hate throwing up. I mean, I don't think anybody's pro throwing up. There are times when you can do a medicinal throw up. And like you feel better instantly. I'm feeling oogie. little oogie. I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to lay down. And I'm not going to get up today. I think this is going to be a lazy, good day. So we got to go get the kids a little bit later on. Again, thanks so very, very much to my man, Paul Coffey. Throw up of the day, yak of the day. I'll document it for you. I'll go ahead and I'll film that. No. Thank you so very much for tuning in and being a part of this. It means the world. It really does. Thank you for spending a little bit of my birthday with me. So nice to see so many of your well wishes. Means an awful lot. I did ask Ray if he would come on this week. Ray is in Seattle. So he did get back to me. He's in Seattle, a little busy on vacation, so maybe there will be a Ray Ratto sighting in year 2 of the Plus. We didn't get one in year 1, maybe year 2. We're working on it. Thanks to all of you for the love, the support, the well wishes. It means a lot. Rockin' New Era 84, very good. Very, very good. Very good. Stay hydrated. I do need some hydration. A hydration sensation. Oh, my. Kiko wants me to get an oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. Thank you. I don't get there's not a lot of self-induced oi, oi, ois. I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for everything. My buddies at the Halfway Club need business. If you are in the Excelsior, if you are in Crocker, Amazon, and you're thinking, where am I going for dinner tonight? Get yourself to the Halfway Club. Get yourself to the Halfway Club. Great service, great place. We did Plus Mania 3, the revenge there. Everyone who came out had a great time. Get yourself out. Go get a drink. Go get a great meal. And support a local business that needs some support right now. They don't need support a year from now. They need some support right now. My buddy Greg came over last night and was just taking me through the stress of it all. And, they were so busy opening, they're thinking that their marketing was kind of an incomplete, and now they want people. They want people to come on in. So the Halfway Club on Geneva. Next time you're thinking about doing something, do it there. Support the people who've been supporting me. Everyone in San Francisco could use a little support these days. And so, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. So go to the Halfway Club for a drink and a bite a little later on tonight. Thanks so much. Take care.